Well, good afternoon, YouTube. It's January 2nd, 2018, and I want to do a little video on replacing a battery in a full-size Range Rover because there doesn't seem to be a ton of stuff out there, and I definitely think a few other people have had the same issue. The issue is that your battery is too big to come out of the compartment, and how you get this battery out. It's been 7 degrees in New York where I am for the last week, and I basically had to throw the car on a charger every time I wanted to get her started. So that's kind of been a bitch. And there's just not a whole lot online about it, and so I wanted to kind of troubleshoot this with you. I mean, I just shot this video a few minutes ago. I didn't know if I was going to be successful, but I kind of figured it out. It's not that hard, but it took me a week of trying to research and figure it out, and finally I sent a text to my guy, my Land Rover guy, because everyone that drives a Land Rover needs a guy, and I said, how do you get this fucker out of here? And he couldn't remember, but he's like, I think if I remember correctly, you have to kind of bend the cowl or remove part of the cowl to try to get it out. And that makes sense, right? So this thing is that cowl. There's this other thing that I'm touching right now. This is a battery box fan, I believe, and it looks like it's on there with a couple of clips and an electric harness. So, I mean, you potentially could play around with that too, but the cowl seemed like the path of least resistance, and so that's what I did. Um, the thing stays on with a couple of clips. I don't know what I'm doing. What I'm now. So there's the whole. Um, what am I fucking doing right now in this video? I recorded audio when I was out there, but it's just too damn windy, so that's why I'm doing this little voiceover. But you got to put the hood in service mode. You got to pop the struts. There's one on each side. Obviously, it stays onto this little nipple thing right here. There's a little ring that goes around the base. You got to stick your screwdriver right in that little piece. Pop it out a little bit. It's not on there too hard. And then you want to use your wife's best broom to keep that hood up. There is a way to keep it up, and fucking dick around with it. I just grabbed a broom, and it is what it is. You gotta take these little battery holders out. They come out with a Phillips head. The power side, the positive side, you're gonna need a 13 mil, and the negative side has a different nut on it. It's a 10 mil. Okay, and that's what I'm looking at right now. So you got a 10 mil, 13 mil, and a Phillips head. And then you're probably going to want a flathead screwdriver. That's what I use to pop out that little tab there. So you can probably use some sort of body panel pliers or something. I didn't need it. They came out pretty easy, and I just showed you what that thing looked like. So the goal here is to just basically push this bad boy up just enough where I can flip that battery on its, bring it upright, if you will, because it's not going to come straight up. It just will not. It will not come straight up. But the goal is to flip it up. So if you're staring at your car, you want to bring the left side of the battery, and you want to go from a horizontal battery position so it's vertical, and then you want to pull it up and out. This little trim piece, it was a little bit of a bitch to get it. It's tucked underneath this the pillar trim, and it's like really cold here, so it was pretty fragile. I would assume if you did this in summertime, it would just be super easy, but I had to dick around with it for like 30 seconds to get it out. But once it's out, you have probably, it gives you it gives you probably just 3 inches, and it's 3 inches that you absolutely need. So at that point, I stopped filming, and I pulled her out, and she did come out, and I didn't have another set of hands, but that's what it looks like with no battery in there, and that's all she wrote. That you got a little handle on the one side of the battery, so lift that one side up, use that thing. If you have a little, I'm 6'1", so I can sort of reach over that thing pretty good, but if you're a little shorter, You definitely want to stand on something. So yeah, something to you know give you a little bit of a better angle because that battery's probably 35. That is 35, 40 pounds is my guess. And that's all she wrote. I'm not going to film throwing her back in there because that's fucking stupid. She went back in there much easier than she came out, and she turned over real well when she